What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Today's the debate between old Trumpy and old Kamali. Yeah. There won't be no applause today because I'm going to keep playing the song in the background till it gets to the bridge. And then I'll come back and sing for y'all. But for now, let's just chit-chat a little bit. My ADD tries to listen to this in the background. What did I do today? I worked out at home, rode my bike. Fantasy football is here, and I already told y'all I was going to lose. That's my score. I totally lost. What was the final score for today's game? The 49ers did beat the Jets 32-19, if you guys care that much about that. But I lost because McCaffrey has something wrong with his calf or something. I don't know. My husband told me not to be a sore loser. I'm trying, but it's annoying. I don't like that. I don't like when they play in my face. And then they didn't tell you that McCaffrey was hurt on the freaking to the last minute. So I couldn't even drop this. But here we go. This song is just too good. Listen, y'all need to go watch the original video of the SOS band. The instruments alone, just them playing all the little instruments, the saxophone, the little thing he was beating on, and it's so cool. Everybody's so cool in this video. I'm watching the video, so I literally can't. And they're performing at Soul Train, so everybody's grooving off of Audi to groove. Because why would I turn this off? 7 minutes of funk. The hairstyles. Hey. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it tonight. Come on, baby. Let's do it if it takes all night. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's 7 minutes long. You do it. Come on, baby. We won't be wrong. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. I lied. I lied about not playing the hand claps because I felt like it. Anyway, y'all, let's get into news. First, I want to start off because my husband's one of his favorite actors, James Earl Jones, passed away. I like James Earl Jones too, but my husband was very sad because of Star Wars. It was Darth Vader. I said I was going to sing him a song, but I ain't going to twist. I'm not going to make it worse, so rest in peace to James Earl Jones. I mean, he lived to be 93. That's a long time, bro. I'm like, how long do you want the man to live? 93 is a long... You know, people, when they get that age, they be ready to get up out of here. They be ready to go. Anyway, y'all, let's get in the news. Princess Kate says she finished her chemo. An Israeli strike on the area in the Gaza Strip, home to Palestinian displaced by Israel Hamas, has unalived 40 people. The 2024 Country Music Award nominations are out, and Beyonce's name is nowhere to be found, and people was outraged by that. Apple revealed new features in its iPhone 16 release, including the AI integration. Mark Hamill, who played Darth Vader's son, Luke Skywalker, in Star Wars movie, wrote, "Rest in peace to his dad." I know that would probably make my husband well up inside. A veteran who received the world's first whole eye transplant recently traded in his old license plate featuring his interface for a new one, showing off his recovery. Yeah, a license plate. Did they say that right? NASA has released 5 billion Jupiter missions for launch after reviewing suspect transistors. Abortion right ballot measures in Nebraska and Missouri are facing legal challenges ahead of the looming certification deadlines. Apple juice sold by retailers including Aldi and Walmart has been recalled due to arsenic. I don't really mess with apple juice like that. I used to love it as a kid, but it's not good for your pH, actually. Who gets to keep a $70,000 engagement ring case goes before Massachusetts Supreme Court. Black Swan defendant Ashley Benfield had a pew-pew in her bra the night she met her husband. 10-year-old girl in Japan becomes the youngest person certified to prepare a poisonous pufferfish, a delicacy that can be deadly. A young golden eagle attacked a toddler in Norway, clawing her so badly that she needed stitches in what an ornithologist says is likely the bird's fourth such attack on humans in the past week. Robert F. Kennedy believes that being on the ballot in 10 states could spoil Donald Trump's chances. You probably should have dropped out sooner, Robert. As lawmakers are fast approaching another government funding deadline on October 1st, House Majority Whip Tom Emmer tells CBS he doesn't believe there will be a shutdown. Anthony Scaramucci, Donald Trump's former White House communication director, talks with CBS about Tuesday night's debate. He said he doesn't have a lot of policy chops, so he's going to want to embarrass her. Officials in Springfield, Ohio said they have not received any credible reports of Haitians immigrants abducting and eating pets, despite viral claims on social media that have been amplified by Republican J.D. Vance. A 24-year-old Ali Truitt is a two-time Paralympic silver medalist who exemplifies resilience. In Luzerne, Pennsylvania, election supervisor Emily Cook is under pressure due to a high turnover and past issues. Despite threats and challenges election officials face, she is focused on improving transparency and ensuring a fair election. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has finished her chemotherapy. Okay, just read that. new details in a Georgia high school situation revealed the 14-year-old texted his mother apologizing before the attack, showing that Vice President Kamala's, the poll says 47 of 48. Schools in several Kentucky counties closed as FBI and U.S. Marshals joined the manhunt for Joseph Couch, 32, who vowed to unalive a lot of people before opening fire on I-75. Police says he legally bought the rifle 1,000 rounds of ammo on the day of the attack. They still ain't found the dude. Tropical storm Francine, developed in the Gulf of Mexico, is on track to potentially make landfall Wednesday in Texas and Louisiana. California has declared a state of emergency for wildfires. I would play this James Earl Jones tribute, but I'm not going to. Let's see what else we got. SpaceX makes another run at launching weather-delayed Polaris Dawn mission. Harvey Weinstein is hospitalized in New York City after an emergency heart surgery. Harvey Weinstein, he's still trying to stay alive. Maps released by National Hurricane Center, Francine, where it's going to be. Chris Sununu rushed in to help contestant who was choking on a lobster roll at a New Hampshire seafood festival eating contest. Amazing. Norfolk Southern is investigating possible misconduct by its CEO, Alan Shaw. Mammogram patients will soon have to be told about their breast density. Here's what to know. The Georgia orders a change of venue in the trial of a man accused of unaliving 4 Idaho students in 2022. The trial is taking a minute to come about. Bakelot has filed bankruptcy. U.S. auto regulators are investigating reports that engines can catch fire in Jeep SUVs. A bridge collapsed and a bus swept away by flooding Monday as the rain fell and a typhoon in Vietnam. I do not believe I liked anything on here today, because besides the Beyonce country music talk and the Super Bowl Lil Wayne stuff, it's like the same old stuff. Let's see what we got here. Ryan Seacrest hosting Will is a dream job. Anything Ryan hosts is a dream job. Matthew Knowles believes Beyonce's country music snub is because she is black. Phaedra Parks to Kim Zolciak, come pick up your peach girl. I don't know what they're going to do in Atlanta, because Atlanta has not been good in a while. Tyrese Gibson child support case. He was released after contempt charge. Tyrese dropped that $75,000 for his back child support. No wonder his butt was on doing all these interviews. He gotta pay that fee, man. Bruce Springsteen's wife, Patty Scialfa, discloses her battle with cancer. Deshaun Watson is facing a new sexual assault lawsuit. And of course, Deshaun is my backup quarterback for my fantasy. I was just saying, I knew something was going to go on with it. It was too quiet. It was just too quiet. I'm not going on this Super Bowl silliness. Jennifer Lopez is still out feeling herself. People made a lot out of Jennifer Lopez holding hands with Matt Damon, but I'm pretty sure, Matt Damon's Ben Affleck's boy. He ain't doing nothing with her. Selena Gomez says she can't carry her own children, but she still plans on being a mom. Taylor Swift and Travis is out at the U.S. Open. That's another dude on my fantasy I'm very close to dropping. My husband thinks I shouldn't, but I'm very close to getting rid of him. Nancy Pelosi's stocks and shares in Public Nightmares heckled at a book signing. InfoWars Alex Jones claims Kamala is going to be whacked out on drugs during her debate with Donald Trump. Brett Favre predicted Aaron Rodgers come back. Guess what? He lost tonight, Brett. He lost tonight. A Raiders and Chargers fan brawl. Shocker. John Manziel and Josie Canseco all smiles in a Big Apple during Fashion Week. That's another flop in the NFL. These dudes want to be famous so bad and they don't even want to freaking play football right, man. Alright, let's see what else is on here, y'all. As you can see, I'm in such a pleasant mood. Diddy lists his Beverly Hills estate for $61.5 million months after his Homeland Security raid. I wouldn't want to live up in there either, Diddy. I ain't gonna lie. If the FBI raided my house, I would feel like I can't even speak in that thing. Let's say they just tore the whole house down and rebuilt it from the ground up. Beyonce shows her real hair for, her secret. We've always known Beyonce had inches, but she's just letting y'all know she got inches. That's a person's hair care line you can get behind. Most of these people that sell hair care, they be bald headed. Let's see what else we got here, y'all. Alright, pretty much everything I already read, so let's go over to Reddit. Speaking of Mega Millions, I wonder if my husband played. I think it's like at 800 million. What is a life hack that sounds fake but is actually legit? Taking a big whiff of something astringent like an alcohol wipe or lemon juice can get rid of nausea. Somebody said don't do that for hangovers. When using an electric razor, lightly let it glide over your skin, hardly any pressure at all, almost as if it's barely touching. You'll get a much better shave and zero irritation. If you use permanent marker on whiteboard, go over it with a dry white marker and it'll come right off. Fake it till you make it sounds like bad inspirational speaker, but it's actually effective. I pretty much live by, if you hate everyone, eat something. If you feel like you hate yourself, take a shower. If you feel like everyone hates you, get some sleep. It's very simple, but it works. Wiping water off with your hands before the towel after a shower, way faster. Cool off a canned beverage quickly by wrapping it in a wet paper towel and putting it in the freezer. Cools off much faster. Even if you really, really want to unalive someone, don't. Freeze a knob of ginger. It keeps a lot longer and you can grate it with a cheese grater just fine from just while it's frozen. When you get a brain freeze from drinking or eating something cold, rest your tongue against the top of your mouth. My husband always gets brain freezes. If you need to switch on the light in the dark, close your eyes, flip the switch, and only open them after so you can see. Freezing grapes and using them as ice cubes in wine keeps your drink chilled without watering it down. Using a binder clip to organize your cable, it's like giving your cords their own little office. A life hack that sounds fake, but it's actually legit, is using a potato to remove a broken light bulb from the socket. Somebody said, just make sure the power is off. If you walk into a room and forget what you're doing, quickly flick your eyes back and forth, left and right. I would feel like I'm like on the fritz if I did that. Putting a bowl of water in the microwave, then reheat food. It keeps the food from drying out and actually works surprisingly well. Most of the time when I'm heating up something, I'm really hungry and don't have that much patience. Drink lots of water. There's a little lever on one side of your steering wheel that will indicate to the other drivers your intention to turn right. Yeah, use your blinker. This is an old hack I learned growing up. If your family eats a lot of sour cream, but it tends to go bad before you use it again, store it in the refrigerator upside down on the lid after you open it. The sour cream seals it from the inside and lasts longer, and no mold forms on top of it. I just feel like it'll still be old. If your ring gets stuck on your finger, Windex will slide it right off. Worked at a jewelry store for 5 years. There you go. I can read these all day, but let me move on. What's an argument you couldn't believe you had to have as an adult? I once had to explain that going 60 miles per hour meant you would literally travel 60 miles an hour to a colleague. We were both in our 20s at the time. I don't know how they passed math class ever. I met someone who didn't believe in space, not space travel, outer space, and just didn't think it was real. The average people know who Hitler is and what a Nazi salute looks like. They insisted I only could possibly know that because I'm into history, and there's no way they teach that in school. No joke, I went to pick up an item for the grocery store and it was labeled 1/3 of a pound, and the older lady tapped me on the shoulder and pointed to a competitive item next to it with the price labeled 1/4 of a pound. She said it's smarter to buy the larger package for the same price. Your wife, you'd be surprised at how many people don't understand fractions and how simple it is as like to explain it like a pizza pie, but they'll still think that it's interesting. Not that I love fractions, but when they're that small, they're easier to understand. A coworker insisted Okinawa was a Hawaiian island and couldn't be convinced otherwise. That dictionaries are a better source of definition words than Twitter is. They said Western dictionaries are propaganda and can't be trusted for a definition of words. I actually saw a dictionary today. The STDs aren't real, and also I've had syphilis in the past from the same person. With the 40-year-old woman in South America, I had to explain where babies came from. She had like 17 kids and didn't know why God kept blessing her with more children. She just wanted it to stop, as she had been pregnant pretty much her entire life. I'm not sure if her husband knew or not. Come on, man. That making hollandaise sauce with vanilla soft serve ice cream was not acceptable in this universe or any other. Why 2 tablets of vitamin B6 does not equal 1 B12. Funny. What's the worst feeling that isn't physically painful? Well, definitely mental. Somebody said grief, heartbreak, the loss of hope, trying to put on clean clothes after a shower in a hot, humid room. Man, the struggle be real when you do that. Being misunderstood, nausea. What is something some people think they want until they get it? To be an adult, I think most kids, like my son, has experienced that it wasn't all that it's cracked up to be. Somebody said pets. Pets are a lot of work. I don't know how people have more than one job. Somebody said a high-paying, stressful job. Somebody said a big house. I can't wait to downsize and have a small ranch house. I cannot wait. Well, sex daily with psycho girlfriend, adulthood, an open relationship, bangs, a job that requires frequent travel, a partner that's obsessed with you. I would hate traveling all the time. As cool as it seems it would be, you just never feel settled, and just living in a suitcase and traveling would be annoying. A vacation home, you can't live in both, and now you have to maintain 2 homes. Rent a beach house for a few weeks out of the year, it's easier. Somebody said, nice try, timeshare salesman. I'm reminded of that story of the guy who had coprophilia fetish until he actually tried it. I don't know what that is, dude. Fame, a treadmill, a job where you sit around and do absolutely nothing 98% of the day. I've been told a hot tub, it loses its appeal pretty quickly. Yeah, I used to want a hot tub, and then just the maintenance of taking care of it and the germs and stuff you can get from it. It's already hard enough to maintain a pool, and my husband has to do that. Alright, y'all, let's get into these story times. Let's see what we got cracking.
Please tell me y'all seen that video where they interviewed that child offender and asked him, how do you choose your victim? Which little boy, which little girl you gonna take next? His answer sent chills down my spine, and everybody needs to hear this. He said, I don't pick the child, I pick the parent. If I see that the mother is insecure, needing reassurance, needing love, if I know I can manipulate her to get close to her child, baby, every one of y'all women need to hear that, because some of y'all be giving men too much access to your child just because they give you that love and that reassurance. That reminds me of that documentary where that man was trying to get close to that girl, so he was flirting with the mama and the daddy. He was fucking the mama and the daddy, y'all. And they let him sleep in the girl's bed. A child, a minor. If y'all didn't see that documentary, I forgot what the fuck it's called. If you remember what it's called, please put it in the comments.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. In Plain Sight is a show.
We're able to track down Asia, and she spoke candidly with us about her connection to Michael. We did a tape with her, which I was glad that she was willing to do, but I didn't want her here. I didn't want to put her in the same room with you. Let's listen to that tape.
I met Michael off of Instagram. I sent him an email. I said, hey, do you want to work out together? And he was like, I'm moving. So I just started emailing him back to back. And he got to Houston and was like, if anybody has ever contacted me, let me know. I'm going to be in town. And I said, is there a way you can train me? Then next thing you know, he responded through the email. He said, yes. So after that, I drove all the way to Houston from California to find him. Yeah. So I popped up on him, and he was there. And ever since then, I have his number, too. So we're trying to connect, and we're still working on that. So I would say I don't want to rush anything. I would want him to pursue me when he's ready. I don't want to scare him, because I'm just a lovely girl. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to ask every day until I get an answer. If the answer is no, I'm going to have to harass him again and again until I get a better answer, because that's what girls do. I feel like God will tell me when it's going to harm anyone or put any person in jeopardy. No one has came up to me and said, like, directly, leave. You can't go here. I can go here. I can't go here. People can fight all day.
Okay, now let's unpack this for a second. Now, that's the first time you've seen that.
It is.
What's your reaction?
It's crazy to hear her say that she was never told she wasn't welcome and that she's going to keep doing it every day, and it's just frustrating to hear that.
Yeah. Did you notice the piercings in her nose?
Yes, the M.
Yeah, those aren't W's upside down. Those are M's for Michael.
Yeah.
I can't believe Dr. Phil still comes on. But somebody said the fact that this made it to Dr. Phil is crazy. We've been watching this play out for a minute. Somebody said, do stalkers have family? Like someone to say, girls stand down. Yeah, when she was like, that's what girls do, I was like, what? Somebody said, I don't want to scare him, huh? Somebody said, I've been following this story for years. This is crazy. Somebody said, Cali to Houston, that's a 30-plus hour drive. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this child.
You can't expect the cops to fix this, because they started. Man, how in the hell do I know what the hell to say all of this?
A double dragon, chocolate macchiato, frappuccino.
Double dragon, frappuccino.
What kind of frappuccino?
A double dragon, double chico. You hear me?
Double chocolate.
Double chocolate.
No chocolate mocha frappuccino, macchiato.
Mocha frappuccino, macchiato.
A mocha frappuccino? You have a double chocolate chip mocha frappuccino or a regular mocha frappuccino?
What the hell is what are you saying? I don't know what you saying.
A frappuccino? That's our blended beverage?
No.
Okay, what's the drink that you want?
Chocolate frappuccino, man.
Chocolate frappuccino.
Okay, so you want like a chocolate milkshake, right?
No, a chocolate frappuccino.
A chocolate frappuccino.
A frappuccino.
This video cracks me up all the time, but honestly, that's what be me. What is it? Double mocha chocolate frappuccino? I don't know what none of that is. I'm his age. I don't get it.
I went to a boat company in South Carolina. The boat, I said, how is it? He said, it's a problem, sir. They want us to make all electric boats. So I said, let me ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was. These people are crazy. He said there's no problem with sharks. They just didn't really understand a young woman swimming now who really got decimated and other people to a lot of shark attacks. So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards. Or here, do I get electrocuted? If the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking. Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark.
You gotta give it to Trump. The questions he asked make you go, because I would have never thought to ask that. Dang, y'all, that's it. I really wouldn't. There was nothing that piqued my interest today on social media. I kind of was just like, blah, today. So, sorry to cut things short, but you guys got plenty to do. It's Tuesday. Watch that debate. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed night.